Hello, and welcome to another edition of Business News. In the news today, what do we have for you? Well, let's get things started with my intro, shall we? Whoa, here we go. Okay, that was your news break, and I'm your host, Will. So we'll start off with a few disclosure rules. Okay, the disclosure is that um, I am not your broker, I'm not your analyst, I'm not your affiliated marketer. Um, this is 100% free, so the information that you get, please do your due diligence, do your own research, and categorize everything. When you're investing, always have a plan. Stick within your plan. The easiest way to avoid emotion is to put your stop limits in. So when you go and buy something, make sure you put your stop limits in. Write everything down on paper before you buy it, and make sure you have an exit strategy. So you buy a company and you want to make sure that you profit from it, you have a 10% yield on that. So let's say you were to buy it for $5 a share, buy a share, $5, and your yield's on it 10%. So it goes up to 520. Your out is 510. Got it? So that's 5%. But you get the point. If it was 550, your out would be, if it's 10%, what's 10% of $5, guys? Right? 50 cents, right? So it would have to be above $6 to get the 50 cents. So if it was at trading at $5.50, you should be looking at 540 or 535, 530 even. If you're in it long term, you still want those thresholds on your stocks. And if it goes below 5% from where you first bought it, you should be looking at an exit strategy. Just because you want to protect your assets. You don't want to lose, you want to take as minimum risk as possible. Now, I know that a lot of you will probably say, well, that's not uh, fundamentally corresponding because it could bounce back after that 5% pullback. Majority of the time, 80% to 90% of the time, it's going to go down even lower. So just so you're aware. And then you want a 20% stake after that. So you don't even start looking at it until it goes down 20% from the time that you sold it. So if you sold it at $4.95, you're not going to look at it until it reaches 570, 565, 465, 470 to 465. That's when you're going to start looking at it. And then you're going to do an analysis on it to say how many people are buying it, how many people are selling it, to find out if it's still on the downward trend or if it's on the upward trend. So upward trend means that people are going to buy it when it starts going up. So you got more people buying it than selling it. Then it's an uptake on it. The news. So to get right down to it, let's get down to the news. So I talked about BTB last time. So we're going to talk about BTB again today. BTB came up with announcements that they have a share buy-in on another company that they've merged with for real estate. The company wants to buy it at $4.20, and BTB is granted that. So that's why the stock went down. All of a sudden, just dropped right down to 420, 418, 419. That's on purpose, guys. I'm sorry, but that was on purpose. The company wanted to bring in more liquidity into it. So now if you've been noticing, the earnings per share has grown from 32 cents a share to 69 cents a share, guys. That's earnings. So right now it's trading at 6.09% yield of where it was before. So that's more than double its value in the revenue stake. Just like that. That's how these things work, right? So if you got in, great. If you're still waiting on the sidelines to see what's going to happen, you could do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I have a funny suspicion that this is going to $9 to $10 stock, and very quickly, very quickly. I would think in the next 2 or 3 months, this is going to hit between $10 and $11 per share, and that's no joke, guys. Because what they're going to do is probably give you a dividend of 60 cents per share. Now, you divide that by 60 cents per share, divided by 12, gives you 5 cents a share yield. So 5 cents a share, and if you do the drip, guys, that's going to give you a huge amount of return on your capital. So again, that's 3-4 times your earnings, and well, at least double your money, 2.5 times your money in just over 3 months. So you're set for a huge increase in the polarization of the company going upward. Anyway, not to get too developed into BTB, but if you like what you see, please subscribe and like and comment, please. This information that I'm giving you is absolutely free. Yes, I've only been doing a couple stocks. I mentioned in my postings SSSS, Cero Capital. Cero Capital is not a recommendation of mine currently. And like I said, I had my stop limits hit, and then I've looked at it and it's continually dropping. Now, they did mention at $8.61 that they were doing a share buyback plan. And when a company does a share buyback plan, it's good for investors, good for stakeholders, good for me and you. Problem with it is their dividend got cut. When they cut their dividend, it it sets off a chain reaction. So people no longer want to hold the stock because of the dividend, because they offered $8 a dividend last year on SPAC plays, not speculation plays, SPAC plays. SPAC plays were the institutions that made a lot of money during COVID. So if we have a huge COVID run, then Cero would be one of those specific places you want to stick your money just because of the dividend. Because when they offer you $8 and they're trading at $9 to $10, that's a no-brainer. That's 90% yield on your money. So like that's a huge breakout point for Cero, and Cero could go to between $16 and $28 a stock instantly, especially if they come back and they offer huge dividends like $2.50 like they did before. Whether they see it or not, well, if they invest in Zoom, or if they invest in Peloton, Peloton right now is, I believe, at what is it trading at, $16? Like um, friends of mine, even me, looked at Bowflex, uh, and it's trading. It's being sold right now through Canadian Tire. Their stock is taking a hit too. What is it? It's Nickel Platinum Corporate. That's that one. NCP. Okay, so nickel. We talked about nickel a little while ago. Nickel is one of those platinum plays that we like to do with. And my platinum play, nickel, gold. I buy one stock; it covers them all. But the problem is that it's a micro managed company. So if you want to look at it, you can. It deals in multiple companies. I think they said 23 companies that they're currently in talks with, that they get what they call a project generator. So if you want more information than that, you can easily drop me a link, give me a comment, and I'll be more than happy to help you with that so that you're into a multiple level. But remember that I've been holding it for some time now, so take that with a grain of salt. Um, it hasn't done much. So from that point of view, if you're looking at nickel play, it's SPC, Sherritt, Nickel Creek, Platinum Corp, NCP on the TSX, trading at 11.5 cents. I was recommending SRES at 6 cents, and now they're at 10 cents. But there's a huge wall at 10 and 11 cents. So there's like 500,000 shares between the two of them, like close to, well, it's just over 400,000, sorry. 400,000 shares trying to trade it at between 10 and 11 cents. After that, though, after those walls come down, it's all the way to 20 cents. So from 10 cents to 20 cents, double your money. That's pretty good price. If you got in at 6 cents, right, like me, you're laughing. But those are real. It's a real estate stock. So and they offer zero dividends, but they make three cents a share. They're going up to 5 to 6 cents a share fairly soon, within the next 3 to 4 months. So that's roughly around 45 to 50 cent stock price. So that tells you right there that right from where you're standing right now, that's a 5 times your earnings potential. Again, I'm not your stockbroker. If I was your stockbroker, I'm an independent. If I was an analyst, if I was your analyst, I'd have to have you sign a document stressing to me that I'm willing to trade for you and on your behalf. I'll be looking at your information, guidelines, and institutional that you want. And I highly recommend you putting in drips, unless you're retired and you need the dividend income, then you just go after the dividend income. Suggestions were BTB, but there's better companies out there that offer you higher dividend yield, but they're 10 times more valuable than BTB, right? They're sitting at around 27. I believe they're sitting at around 27 and $28 stock price that offer $2.10 per share. That's amazing. You break that down per month, but you have to spend 8 times more than, well, not 8 times, 6 times more than you would with BTB right now. The only reason why I recommend BTB is because you get bigger bang for your buck. You get more shares, and it offers you a dividend. But the dividend yield that you're getting on BTB is 7.8 to 9.4. Right now, as it sits, they're only offering you 30 cents per year on their dividend. But with a 69 cents they just currently made, you have to wait 4 months to 5 months to get the new dividend pull. Okay. Now, if they offer the new dividend at 60 cents, you guys, that's huge. And then if you don't get in, you will have a harder time getting in later, because at 60 cents, they're making 69 cents. If you do 10 times, that's almost $7 a stock price. They're trading at $4.30 right now. So it gives you a bit of a, you can understand what I'm trying to stress here, right? So Ciro did say they're doing a share buyback. BTB already went through requisitions in the order forms and got that going. So from that point of view, and from my point of view, these are highly recommended. Now, please do your due diligence. Please do your own investigative research. If you have any stocks that you want to talk about, or anything that you'd like to stress to me or um, to yourselves to find out more information on where to invest and how to invest, that is totally up to you. And you can easily drop me a link. I'd be lucky to answer any of your questions. I'll try and take the time to answer any of those questions and concerns that you might have. And I'm looking forward to seeing you and reporting to you live and in your face, kind of thing. You want me to do a song and a dance for you now? So without further ado, we'll get into um, another avenue. We'll try something new. Okay. So that's my take on that. I can go into all the dividend stocks if you want. I can give you a breakdown of them. I just come up with the best one for you, so that you can start making money today. BTB is in 4 days is their expiry date. So no, 3 days. 3 days. Sorry, guys. 3 days. It's the 28th. Okay. So their expiry date on dividends is the 28th. You have to have your money in before the 28th to get the dividend for April 15th. Okay. So they start the rollout of their pay period on the 15th. So you don't get paid the 15th. It looks like you're supposed to get paid the 15th. It could take up to the 20th to get paid, depending on the amount of shares and the rollouts that they do. So if you're not in that group where you need the money, do the drip. The drip just means that you're buying the shares back. And I've proven this to you guys that in 10 years, if you do this, $100 extra every month or every 2 weeks, do it on a pay scale, right? You put in more money every 2 weeks. You wait 2 or 3 months to put in the maximum amount, buy the shares. Always put the drip in so that you're always getting the shares instead of the value of the money. If you're in the retirement fund, you need to do the opposite. Anyway, thank you. Have a great day. I'm going to call this a short video. Normally I do an hour segment, but today I'm cutting it short. There's things going on around me that I need to stop and take a point. But thank you for stopping by and appreciate everything that you guys have done. And looking forward to hearing and reading your comments and then responding to those comments. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button. Very important to hit like buttons. And I'm looking for as many subscribers as I can get my hands on, so I can start rolling out individual stocks for you and then doing an analysis on those stocks to see which you would prefer. All right, thank you. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye.